everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video we will be talking about struggling with self-worth or worth just in general. We're gonna throw it back to my old days of struggling, and then we are going to kind of come full circle up until today, and hopefully this will, reach out to someone who is in need of this talk, because I wish I had this talk when I was struggling, going through everything that I was going through. So let us go. Let me talk, okay? Let us go back to everything, and should we say how it started? I think we should say how it started. Okay, so I was in the 11th grade, and as you guys know, if you guys don't know, I do have a story time on my first heartbreak. That kind of definitely ties into this, and the way this guy was treating me and our relationship, it definitely made me not feel like I was good enough, because he was a druggie. So I was just if the druggie doesn't want me, who would? And that was my mentality, you guys, for so long, for so many years, even after this, I would always have that mentality of oh, well, if he doesn't want me, what guy in his right mind would, and that's such a sad thought to be thinking constantly, so that ended, and then that shattered my self-worth, and that shattered how I saw myself, and just how, how I just kind of was living life, So let me tell you guys how I was feeling. I felt like I was not good enough for anything or anyone. I was not good enough to be in certain careers. I was not good enough to get into certain schools. I was not good enough to be in a relationship. I was not good enough to even just do anything. It could be the littlest things, even driving, even just the littlest things. I'd be no, I'm not good enough for that. Oh no, I'm not good enough for this. Oh, I'm not good enough for this. And it would always just something so little would trigger it. Even if I was talking to a guy, and the guy would be oh, I'm never gonna hurt you, or if me and him would in my mind, I would hype up the guy, so I'd be oh my god, dude, he's so good, and he's cute, and he actually holds a conversation, and then I would especially at night, it would trigger it, and I'd be oh, am I good enough though? Am I? And I would always question myself, which is the wrongest thing you can possibly do in life is question yourself, because you're supposed to believe in yourself. And for so long, I didn't really believe in me. I just kind of would just be yeah, okay, I'll make it through, I'll get past it, kind of thing. But I never had that belief that I was going to get over it. So let me make this very clear. I was never insecure about me. I was never insecure about the way that I looked. I just always, I like me. I love myself. I love looking at myself, okay? But I was just struggling with my worth. I'd be yeah, I'm a cute girl, but I just, and it doesn't make sense, because a lot of people would consider worth and your looks kind of tied into one, but not me. I'd be yeah, I'm a pretty girl, but I was but I don't feel I'm worthy enough to be, up to the highest standard or whatever. So my views on myself definitely that's the views on me, that's what I really thought, and that's how I felt. And I remember for so long, sometimes I would not even look in the mirror. If I was brushing my teeth, I would try to look down as much as possible, and I'd be oh, you're not good enough to be looked at in the mirror or something. That is some effed up thing to say about your damn self, okay? And I just remember I was just filling my head up with all this negative stuff, and yet nobody knows. Nobody knew this. Everyone thought I was this happy-go-lucky child or something. I was you're so positive, and I would always get people through everything that they needed. I was always there for people. I was always helping people, but I was just failing to help myself, And I think that's what comes with when you have a really big heart, and you're trying to help everyone but yourself. you tend to lose yourself. You tend to forget about yourself. You tend to get distracted with other people's stuff, that you don't take care of your own stuff. And it's very, very, very important to take care of your own stuff. So yeah, y'all, I was struggling for a while. Like, this all happened 2011. So 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015. That's 5 years, you guys. 5 years I would struggle, and I didn't, like, for the first maybe like 2-3 years, I didn't think it had anything to do with my self-worth. Like, I just thought it was me, like I was in the wrong, like it was my fault we weren't together. I would always take blame for things that weren't my fault, you know, and just because I just wanted things to work out. And a lot of times, like, and then I remember I like looked at the bigger picture and I was like, I didn't do anything wrong. Like, I, you know, wasn't breaking up with him every other day. I wasn't, you know, didn't randomly get into like a new relationship. I wasn't, you know, it literally, everything I did was to be the glue that kept us together. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes when you want to glue things together, they come undone because they're not supposed to be there, because they don't want to be glued down to you. Like, you know, and that's perfectly okay. And I've learned that it's okay for things not to want to be glued to you, like, you know? So how I overcame the struggling with the whole worth thing is, I remember the one day, is like in like 2014, I remember I like woke up I woke up out of my sleep and I like threw the covers off of me and I sat on my bed and I sat up on my bed, and I just remember I was like, I'm done feeling this way. Like, I'm done. Like, I'm done trying to cry myself to sleep. I'm done feeling empty. I'm done feeling numb. I'm done, like, I'm just done. Like, done. And then from that point forward, I was just kind of like, I don't, like, you know how, like, some people, they say, like, they can, like, stop smoking, like, whenever they want to, or they can stop drinking whenever they want to, and, like, 1% of people actually do that. Like, they actually can just, like, snap out of it. That's literally how it was with me. Like, I didn't do any magic voodoo. I didn't take any magic potion or anything. I literally woke up the one day and I was like, I'm done feeling like this. Like, I don't deserve to be treated like this. Like, I don't deserve to be feeling like this. Like, if anything, like, he should be feeling like this. Like, you know, not that I wish bad upon anyone, but, like, I'm just saying, like, in this situation, I shouldn't be feeling like this. So I remember I started to look in the mirror every single day, and I would tell myself, I'd be like, you're worth it. And it would be like during like the most randomest times during the day, I'd tell myself, like, you're worth it, you're worth it, you're worth it. I could be in the shower, I could be eating, I could be ordering like food, I could be walking down the street, I could be in the car, I could be listening to a song, I could be like about to fall asleep, and I would just like train my mind. And that's the thing, if you can train your mind to be so negative, think of how much you can train your mind to be so positive. And I think a lot of people tend to forget that, because a lot of people are like, oh, I have all these negative thoughts in me, but you can reverse them, and it's not going to be easy. It was not easy for me. I just remember, like, I would tell myself, like, you're worth it, and I would try to get validation from people, especially from guys. Like, I would, like, try to talk to a guy or something, and just to see if I still got it, and I still do, okay? But, like, I would always try to get that validation a little bit, you know, because, like, sometimes, like, I wouldn't know. I'd be like, I'm okay, but, like, I still want that validation, like, you know, and I would get it, and I'd be like, all right, cool, like, I'm good, and then I would just, like, go back to my everyday-to-day life, you know, but that is how I partly overcame it, and then I became right with God. I was listening to this pastor on TV, and everything he was saying literally was just, I felt like he was just talking to me, and when I listened to it and I believed in the message and I understood it, and I was like, holy crap. And from that day forward, my life has like been changed ever since, and in the greatest way possible. And let me make things very clear on that, okay? Growing up, I would always go to church. Like, my parents would always take me to church when I was younger and whatnot. And then, but I just feel like I was, like, an outcast. Like, 'cause I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know, like, I did know what was going on, but not really. Like, I didn't feel that, like, that connection, that, like, oh my gosh, like, this is something good. Like, this is holy, or, like, you know, this is the way that it should be, or like whatever the case may be. I never felt that connection. I never felt the message like hit me deep as this pastor had hit me, like, you know. So I just remember since that day forward, you guys, like literally my life has done a whole 360. Like I used to wake up like in the afternoon and like not do anything with my life, and now like I have things and places to go do and places to be, and it's just like so freaking crazy how like one message can change your life, like, you know. But there's that. I definitely struggled with me struggling with my worth. I definitely struggled, you know, not knowing what I wasn't, like, I always thought I wasn't going to be good enough, like, doing people's makeup, even though I was good at it. I always thought I wasn't going to be good at giving advice, but I'm good at it, I would like to think. I would always kind of think, I'd be like, oh, I'm not good enough for that, or like, oh, no, I'm not worth that, or like, oh, no, it's okay, thanks, like, you know. And now it's like I know what I deserve, and when I ask for it, I'm gonna get it. And if I don't get it, then it's out the door. It's fine. Like there's gonna be something better out there. And another important thing that I want to stress to you guys is one thing that made me kind of overcome struggling with my self-worth is I actually got into contact with my ex. Well, he got into contact with me, and we kind of talked about things, and this was like the end of 2017. And he kept apologizing. Like he was like, I'm sorry. And he just kept saying sorry. And I was one of those people that like, I was just kind of like, okay, like sorry is okay, like whatever. But like sometimes sorry is not enough. Like sometimes people don't understand that sorry isn't going to fix how I used to feel. Like, you know, how I viewed myself for so long. Like I just feel like he kind of took that away from me. Like I lost so many years of me not feeling good about myself, all because of an idiot, like, you know. And I don't want you guys to feel like that either. So I remember talking to him, and I remember telling him like, sorry isn't gonna cut it. Like you don't understand like the impact that this all had on me, like, you know. And he kept saying he was sorry, and I finally like tried to explain it to him, and I was like, for so long, like, I viewed me like you were looking at me. Like, I viewed myself through his eyes, through my heartbreaker's eyes. And a lot of times, you know, when we like someone, we always care what they think about us, and we always want them to think so highly of us and stuff like that. And when they don't, we feel bad. Like, we blame ourselves because they don't feel a certain way about us. And the thing is, like, we should never blame ourselves. Like, why are we blaming ourselves for the way that they feel? You know what I'm saying? And I just remember telling him, and I was like, dude, like, it's like, you don't get it, like, you know. And I was like, for so long, like, and he never told me I was never good enough. He never like made it a scene. But his actions did. And that's why I tell you guys, actions speak louder than words. Because he could have told me, like, you're not good enough for me or whatever, and I still would have tried with him, like, you know. But the fact that, like, he literally put someone else above me and kind of, like, one day woke up and, like, didn't want to be with me anymore, like, that just triggered, like, so much. I was just like, wow, dude, like, I'm so easy to be replaceable. Like, okay, like, just dispose of me. Like, I'm nothing, like, you know. But guess who still came back and wanted a second chance? I'm just saying, okay? But that's the thing. So I remember telling him, and I just remembered, like, not feeling anything for him. Like, I did not feel anything. And he was like, I want a second chance. Like, I want to make things right. And he's the type of person to be, like, codependent on people. Like, he cannot stay single. Like, he just can't. Like, he always has to be with someone. And I was just kind of like, no, like, you're not going to be with me just because you can't be with anyone else. Like, I want you to be with me because you want to be with me, because you see, like, a future with me, and, you know, and just because you genuinely care and you genuinely like me and all that stuff. Like, you know, not because you're lonely or you're bored or, like, you have nothing better to do. Like, I deserve more than that, okay? And so do you. So I just remember telling him that, and I just felt like karma was at its best, at its finest. I felt like I, like, had so much power now. Like, I was just kind of like, dude, like, I can say no to you. Mind you, this is coming from me, the girl that would always say yes to him. Anything and everything. Yes, like, you know. And for once, like, I took a stand. I stood up for myself, and I was like, no. And I just slammed the door shut, and I was just like, no, like, goodbye. Like, I don't need this in my life. And I felt so good afterwards. I felt so healthy. I felt so worthy. And I think that's definitely important, because when you struggle with your worth and you don't feel like you deserve anything and you don't feel like you're worth it, the day that comes that you do feel worthy, you're going to be like, damn, like, I'm worth it, like, you know, and it's going to be so freaking good. And you're going to be like, y'all, like, I cried. I was just like, oh my God, like, you know, but how you keep it going is you train your mind. You train your mind to tell yourself that you're worth it. You are worth that dessert at the end of the year, at the end of your meal. You are worth that fancy steak that you want. You're worth those, you know, like, you're worth it. And I think a lot of times we weigh our worth on someone else's scale, which is our problem. And when we do that, their scale is broken. Like, this dude's scale, it was completely broken. It was in the negatives, like, real negative, okay? Like, this dude had no emotion. He didn't know how to handle his emotion. He was, like, hopped up on all these drugs, so, like, he didn't feel anything. Like, you know, he just, literally, every time he broke up with me, he was laughing at my face, and I was crying. Like, hello. There's a difference, like, you know? So, and that's the thing, like, we need to stop weighing our worth on someone else's scale, because when we do that, we end up hurting ourselves. We don't hurt them. We don't hurt their scale. We don't hurt, like, anything except ourselves. And we have to remember that we are important, that we are worth it, and that we do deserve the greatest thing ever. You know what I'm saying? And for those of you guys who are like, man, I messed up in life, I don't deserve anything, or like, I've been told all my life I'm not worthy, I don't deserve the good things in life, the finer things in life, whatever you do, like, don't listen to people. People don't want to see you happy. Okay, that's what I definitely learned in life. People don't want to see you happy. People don't want to see you succeed in life. They just want everything to be about themselves. So you need to take that charge, and you need to be like, you know what? I'm worth it. I deserve it. I'm gonna go get it, because I'm a go-getter, okay? And that's the thing. Like, don't weigh yourself on someone else's scale. Like, you have your own damn scale, and your scale is through the roof, through the positives. Like, there's no negative numbers on your scale, okay? And again, this is going to be a whole lot easier said than done, but just trust me, it takes time, and it takes a whole lot of patience. And if you know me, you know I am, like, the least impatient person. So just keep reminding yourself that you're worth it. Keep reminding yourself, like, you know, if someone's treating you bad, immediately cut them off. Like, that's how I am now. Like, if literally one little thing, if I don't feel it, you're out the door. I don't care if you're a friend. I don't care if you're a guy. I don't care if you're a family. I literally do not care. Like, one bad move and you're out the door. Because, like, now I know if people have the ability and they feel the right to be mean, and they feel the right to be, you know, in power, and they feel the right to make me feel so small, they don't deserve to be in my life, because I'm the biggest thing in my life, okay? And that's the thing. And you are important. You are worth it, and you have to remind yourself that. Even if it takes you listening to this video like 10,000 times every day for the rest of your life, do it. If it's gonna help you. If it's gonna help you to write it down, like, write it down on little things, like, you know, and just know that you are worth it. Know that you're gonna be okay. Know that this too shall pass, and that you're gonna make it through, and you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be better than fine. And because I feel like fine is just kind of like, I'm fine. Like, you know, like, you're gonna be better than fine. You're gonna be great. You're gonna be good. You know why? Because you're worth it. You have to keep reminding yourself that you're worth it. Even to this day, I still, like, do it. Like, I still pinch myself sometimes. I'm like, you're worth it. You're worth it. You're worth it. Like, you know, and if you meet people and they make you question, like, oh, am I worth it? Am I worth it? They're wrong for you. Because the right people are never going to make you question if you're worth it or not. Because once you're with them, once, you know, you're around them, you're going to be like, I'm worth it. Like, you know, I'm worth it. I'm good. I'm content. I'm happy. And that's where I want you guys to be. I want you to be like this. I want you to be happy. I want you to get everything that you deserve in life. I want you to be genuinely happy and not like the fake happy. I don't want you to be just fine. I want you to be great. Like, I want you to be, I'm content. I'm good. Like, God is good. Like, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be where I need to be, and I'm gonna feel worth it, because you are worth it. Again, if you can fill yourself up with so much negativity, think of how many things you can turn around and become positive. And I think we need a whole lot of more positive people, because there's a whole lot of negative people, like, all these negative people, and we're not trying to be none of those negative people, okay? But yeah, just know that you are worthy, you do deserve it, and that don't let anyone take that away from you. You know, and I think a lot of people, like, they're like, well, I don't want to be like, I'm worth it, and it comes off conceited, and it comes off like I'm cocky, and it comes off like, and a lot of people are scared to like grab for that plate, like, you know, and they're like, damn, like, this is mine. Like, you know, don't be scared. Like, don't. Like, if people can make you feel small, think of how big you can make yourself feel. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can overcome this, you can overdo this, and you can become the person that you're created to be, like, you know? But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys definitely take something away, and I hope you never question yourself. I hope you get through whatever it is that you are going through, or whatever it is that you are struggling with, because I know you can do it, and everyone else that's watching this knows that you can do it. So yeah, just believe in yourself, have faith in yourself, and just don't overthink things, you know, just keep going. Just keep going. One day at a time. Just, I'm worth it. I'm worth it. I'm worth it. I'm worth it. And if something negative happens, don't sit there and say, I'm worth this. Okay, like, oh my god, I deserve this now. Like, no. Just things, you know, good and bad things are going to happen, but you just need to train your mind to see the good in everything, okay? But that wraps up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember, you are worthy. You are worthy. And I will see you guys next time.